Hey everyone, and welcome back to Garden Mess. In today's video, I'd like to point out a few of the plants that I have in my yard that are just very reliable. They've done really well the last 3 weeks. We've had some extreme weather, a lot of rain. We also had an extreme winter. We had like 10 days straight of freezing temperatures, and these plants just did beautifully. No issues with them whatsoever. I'd like to show them to you so that you might want to put them in your garden too. The first plant I want to highlight is this climbing rose. Now this climbing rose is somewhat in a microclimate. It is protected by the fence from extreme winds during the cold, but it has done really well with all the rain. It flushed out in the spring really, really well, but it is set buds again. So this is early June, and it's already setting new buds. So it's going to have a second flush. Now we've had a lot of rain. This climbing rose is not showing any signs of any spot or disease. Has a couple yellowing leaves, but nothing major. And this is Perfume Breeze. So it's Perfume Breeze Climbing Rose. And it is quite a pretty pink colored multiflora rose. All right, let's go see number 2. My second favorite plant is this perennial. Now it is a deciduous shrub. This is a Spirea double played doozy, I believe. It did so well, and it's doing so well. Again, a lot of torrential rain and storms, and it is thriving. And let me tell you, look, this shrub, I don't know if you can see, but it has a lot of spent blooms. But those spent blooms are hidden because then it grows new growth and it hides the dead blooms. See the dead blooms back there, but the new blooms are in front of it. So I still come in here and clean them up once in a while, but really, you really don't have to. Don't they just look gorgeous? All right, on to the next. Limelight hydrangea. Okay, now this is in a semi-raised bed. It's not that much raised up from the original soil. This limelight has not shown any signs of disease. The heavy torrential rains that we've had, nothing is broken. It is standing up strong. It came back from that freeze. It is doing wonderfully. I love this shrub. And look at these blooms. How can you not love this? Look at that. It's the size of my hand, if not bigger. So pretty. And again, such strong stems. I mean, we had almost hurricane-like weather, so this plant is doing really well. Super bells are the other one. Now look, this is in a pot, but with all the rain we've had, this pot has gotten a lot of water. And there is nothing showing any suffering at all. In fact, no slug damage either, which is quite impressive to me because many other things have shown slug damage. And the slugs can get up there. They can hide underneath all this grass down here and find their way, but they're not doing that. So another winner is these super bells. The next is this hibiscus. Now this hibiscus is pretty maintenance free. It's kind of big for its space, but when it comes to not having to worry about anything, this hibiscus is definitely pleasing me. We've had that strong wind, heavy rains, extreme freeze, and look, it is looking glorious. It dies back every year, but then every year it comes back from the ground. It is quite a pretty hibiscus. Last but not least is this coral sedum. It is a no-fuss plant. It can be divided and moved around easily anywhere you want in the landscape. It has done really well through freeze, storms, and also heavy rainfall. this is definitely one to put in your yard. And it's also a container plant and does well. Can't beat that. Drift roses are great plants. You cannot go wrong with planting drift roses. One, they stay shorter than other rose bushes. Two, they bloom constantly all year long. At some point, you want them to stop blooming so you can trim them back. But when they keep blooming with their pretty flowers, you almost feel guilty. But drift roses are great. I never see disease on them with all this rain we've had. The only maintenance is you got to trim them back. That's it. But they keep blooming. Aren't they pretty? Quickly, y'all, what is this plant? Is this a weed? I'm thinking it is. It is growing way too fast, and I know good plants don't grow fast. They grow slow. This has got to be weed. Let me know, y'all. Put it in the comments. What is that thing?